Aloha. Thought I'd go ahead and read part of book 2 for you too while I'm at it. This is Love is Crazy Satisfying, and more lessons in love, creating your own happy ever after. Chapter 1, A Promising Beginning. As I stood up to sing, my eyes caught sight of a very handsome man with tan skin, a muscular build, and a dark, thick, full head of hair. He seemed close to my age. I thought to myself, as I contemplated the bright and endless possibilities. Growing up, I always had this feeling that I would first see my husband or soulmate while singing on stage. What you strongly and sincerely believe does indeed come to pass. Sure enough, I saw the man I would finally marry that fateful day on February 21st, 2010. I found myself performing at a tiny church meeting held in the library of a local elementary school. It happened to be one of the many New Age places I love to sing, with positive thinking, affirmative prayer support, meditations, and the like. There were only 15 people in attendance, including my mother and stepfather. I was sitting on the front row, ready to stand up and sing. Many people slipped in to sit behind me during the minister's talk, so I couldn't see everyone in the audience until I got up to perform. I remember the details very clearly. The song was Hero by Mariah Carey with a backup karaoke track. My clothes consisted of brightly colored Jam's World brand pants with a bright blue top to match. I recall stepping up in front and seeing an attractive man. He had almost the same shade of brown skin as me, an infectious smile, and a growing-in goatee. He was taller than me and looked healthy and strong. All traits I definitely like in a man. In short, he was darn fine. During the group sing-along, I invited everyone to join me on the Beatles tune, All You Need Is Love. In fact, I said, "Can all you old people help me?" Because we were like spring chickens there. It was hilarious. He seemed happy to chime in. After service, he came up to talk to me. We introduced ourselves, and he's a musician? OMG. This might be love at first sight or first talk. His name was Dan. He asked, "What other kinds of music do you like singing?" I replied, "All kinds except for country." "Why, are you a country music lover?" Dan then stated, "No, not so much. I play bass in a rock band right now, but I'm looking to start another group pretty soon. I may need a singer." "Sweet, I am seriously looking to play out around town, mostly in Kona," I replied. So we exchanged numbers. Wowie, I thought to myself, this could be promising. Is this meeting serendipitous? Next, there happened to be a church board meeting scheduled in the same space right after church. My parents and I had planned on attending. Seeing the empty chair next to me, I coaxed Dan into staying with, "Come sit by me, Dan." My stepfather told me after the fact that he thought to himself, "Whoa, is he in for it now?" Boy, was he ever. As Dan tells it, he says he tried to get my number, but I instigated it too. We both felt the mutual attraction. We could sense something was afoot. He told me later that he had planned to play it cool, maybe attend church the next week, and call me down the road in a week or two. He also told his coworkers recently that it was love at first note. How flippin' sweet is that? Unfortunately, I beat him to it, jumped the gun a bit perhaps, and texted him that night. I asked the particulars, like if he was married. He responded with, "I've been separated for almost a year now. I did live with another lady for 9 of those months, but I'm definitely alone right now." Dan seemed reluctant to say, "At this point, I want to wait a year before getting serious with anyone again." I responded with, But to myself, I was like, yeah, right. In a year, who knows what might happen. Most importantly, I texted him something adults might text about certain things of your life. Anyway, do you like, something which you'll have to read the book about, but anyway, Dan responded, "Well, sure, who doesn't?" I was like, "Well, I had a boyfriend a while back who could survive without it about once a week, and that's not enough for me." He replied, "More than that is better for me too." And I learned later he thought to himself, "Wow, I've got a live one here." Then I thought to myself, this is certainly a good sign. Could he perhaps be the right for me guy I've been looking for forever? I swear it had been like a living nightmare, or maybe I'm exaggerating. You'll have to decide for yourself. That first week after meeting Dan was intense. We talked on the phone every day, long into the night. But 3 days into it, on that Wednesday, I had already planned a lunch meeting with another guy I'd recently met at the beach. Kai was Hawaiian, a fire dancer, and a little fluffy, but I was not as particular as I used to be. He called me and wanted to meet at my work. I said, okay, but felt stupid and crazy as I had just met Dan and wanted to give that a serious chance. Since I had previously committed to it, I went ahead and met up with Kai. I really liked keeping my word. And yeah, it gets pretty funny from there. So check out my books on www, sorry, www.umaojeda.weebly.com. It should be information down here in this link on Facebook and YouTube. Okay, aloha, bye, thank you so much. And that was an excerpt from Love is Crazy Satisfying. I am working on book 3 and 4, 2 books actually. The cover's all ready for the teen version, which would be my first book cleaned up without the colorful language and adult situations. So it should still be fun. I'm gonna add a little more of the teenager who was Bobby's daughter, her view, and perhaps, some texts and some, Instagram stuff. I don't know. I might just try to make it more today in a way, but we'll see. All right, it's a work in progress. If you have any suggestions, do let me know. Aloha, and thank you so much for watching and listening. And also, check out my music at, you can also tip me on paypal.me, Ukulele Uma. My CD is Uma's Love Songs, Love Notes rather, and you can listen to that on iTunes and listen to me on Facebook and also sessions.com. It's a new live streaming app where we have 1,000 to 2,000 people sometimes worldwide watching us play music. So I play my ukulele and I sing. So you guys take care. Have a great one. Bye.